Hey everybody, welcome to Mended Kin. So the first video that I want to get out and want to get clear is about me. About me. So my name is B. You can just call me B, and I am here to facilitate a community where we all are healing, where we all are on our journey of awakening, of coming back to our God self. So, number one, God, acknowledging number one that we come from God. If you do not believe in God, whatever, if you believe in the universe, whoever you know what I'm saying, answer to it, whatever the case may be, that's up to you. But it's for me, God, whatever you want to call it, the higher power, the most high, God, Yahweh, whatever. So, definitely doing that, but bringing us back to our God self. A little background about me: I am from the Chicagoland area, and mostly the suburbs. I did grow up in the south suburbs, but my family is from all across Chicago. So I've actually been privy to all sides. I spent time in all sides, from out west, out south, out east. Not much north though, so I can't. I guess I'm lying. Not much up north. But I've been up north a lot, like as far as like entertainment, events, parties, things like that, or visiting family, but not like living up there. But I've actually spent time, ample amounts of time everywhere else, even summers in Inglewood, all type everywhere. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much about me. So I have like experienced a lot of adverse events as a child, even growing up. So I do come from, like I said, a family that was mostly, uh, yes, raised in the south suburbs of Chicago. And if anybody knows, yes, a lot of the south suburbs are very much so not suburby, if that makes sense. If you know, you know. Some of the suburbs are very like, nice, delicate and things like that. But I guess to give you a little background of like the area, I come from an area called like the Heights. It's called like Chicago Heights and things like that. It is literally like a smaller Chicago. So they do a lot of violence. Drugs, things like that. So everything that pretty much was happening in Chicago was happening there. It's just on a smaller, it's just a smaller type. So it's literally the heights of Chicago. Like if that gives you a little background. Now, I don't want to sit here and paint Chicago out to be like so bad because I don't know about the media or how y'all all depict it, but that's how we kind of get a bad rap when people say, "Are you from Chicago or you're from around there?" Chicago is not really that bad. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, yes, things happen, but you gotta think it is a lot of people there from all over the world, really. So a lot of things happen because it's just a lot of people in one space. So it seems like a lot, but it's really not that much. And I just want to clear the air. Chicago people are some of the amazing, some of the most amazing, some of the most funny, the most calmest, coolest people you will ever meet. You will have a time in Chicago. You hear me? It's so many people that have come to Chicago or have visited and things like that. They can tell you that you have an amazing time. The energy is amazing. It's just like anywhere. You really just gotta watch your surroundings, um, because there are some spaces where you go, and to be honest, it really don't matter where you go. I feel like that's like the world. Chicago is like the world. It don't matter where you go, things happen everywhere. That's what I'm just keep it at. But if you've never been to Chicago, please do not come on here trying to comment about what you've seen or you saw a video of this and that. Baby, just seen the video of somebody in Oklahoma getting ran over or something crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, please don't. So tragedy strikes everywhere. Let's just be real. So, like I said, I grew up in the south suburbs of Chicago. My family has a lot of trauma on both sides. So a lot of drug use, a lot of um, abuse, mental, physical, emotional, spiritual abuse on both sides. Both of my parents. not around. Well, they were around, but they weren't around. My daddy, especially, he was outside doing whatever he was doing. I really didn't meet my dad until I was about 12. So like as I can remember meeting him. He did say that he had me as a baby or around when I was a baby, but I don't. But like I stated, I don't know. But that's the case. My mom and my dad never, I guess they was together, but they never really was together for real, for real. My mom was outside too. She both of them were on drugs, going back and forth to jail, things of that nature. I did grow up mostly with my mom's side, but also I did spend a lot of time with my dad's family and grandmother and all them. So that was great. So I do know both sides of my family. They both are really good people, really I guess you would say like heartfelt, but since the trauma and the stress of like lower growing up in lower income and things like that can definitely make things a lot harder. And not to show my age, but I did grow up. I am an '80s baby, but I grew up mostly in the like early '90s, 2000s, things like that. So a lot had with that. Even though it was a really, really, really fun time. If you know, you know, they were very neglectful. Like I can remember being outside literally as a child, like probably 5, 6, 7. We outside by ourselves, all the way up. We everywhere but at home. And if you grew up in these times, you knew as long as you got home before the street lights came on, no one really cared. We can barely even go inside without being like, if you come in, you stay in. I remember even being fed outside the door, like all of us, maybe my cousins and yeah, all of us standing out on the like by the back door, but our back door was kind of like this was when we actually moved into a house, when we moved out the projects. But our back door was like right next to the what you call it? The driveway. Like my aunt literally passing us chips, sandwiches, all out the door just because they didn't want us in the house. We couldn't come in. Like it was that serious. Um yeah, so very neglectful. Like I stated, I did grow up in the projects, uh, and I grew up with my aunt and my uncle and my older cousin. My younger cousin came a little later, but that's neither here nor there. So I did not grow up with neither one of my parents. My mom came around here and there when she felt like it or when she wasn't in jail. That's just what it was. Um, I can definitely remember. I remember everything. So I've come back from a background of that of an '80s baby, mom and dad on drugs, living with my aunt, and a lot of times that wasn't as pleasing. I don't even know how to say it. I don't even know what to call it. But as we go along in these videos, we will get more into like story times. Um, Even as I speak about different topics, I will also, you know, tell you a little bit of like things that relate to the topic that I've went through. So to be honest, we are really just here to mend and help each other out. So as you can see, I come from both sides being very trauma filled. A lot of my aunts, uncles were on drugs, including my mom. Typical, like our grandma had custody of some people, my auntie had custody of some people. Like we were so scattered. Then this is just my family. My mother actually had 10 children, and fun fact, I'm the only girl. And a lot of our family is pretty big, so do what you want with that, and that's on both sides. So, and then like I said, they both experience a lot of trauma in damn near every way, and that includes my mom's sisters and brothers and my dad's sisters and brothers and things like that. Growing up in the Chicagoland area, definitely experienced a lot more trauma. Seeing different people die. I actually seen people get shot, um, point blank range sometimes. I've been in the middle of shootouts, not for me, but you know what I mean? But definitely been in the line of fire. Very traumatic. Um, yeah, I like that's why I be saying like it once I had to like speak up a conversation, or like you have to probably ask, like, give your story time about this or that. I don't know, but a lot of fighting, not necessarily me, but a lot of fighting, a lot of it's just life. A lot of life, a lot of life, a lot of life. So I've lived through a lot of trauma. um and like I said, that was pretty much everyone you can think of, verbally, mentally, spiritually, sexually, everything you can think of. So I'm here to assist in helping you all bring together, letting you know that you are not in it alone. Okay, we are all in this together, in our whole thing. And the whole thing that God wants us to do is heal together and walk through this journey called life together. That's what we're here for. And coming back to the playing field and what all this was supposed to be about, it's about getting back to love. It's about getting back to light, God's light. It's about getting back to God, the God within you, and understanding your worth. Because the way that this world is working, they're trying to knock you off of it. They're trying not to let you know exactly who you are. So many people are lost in understanding who they are and what they are. So that's what we are here for. And we are here to talk it out. We are here to speak it out. We are here to yell it out. And I guess along the way, give you some healing modalities or things that you can do. Because I've also done a lot of modalities to assist me in my healing journey. So, and I know a lot of people are going through an awakening right now, which is even harder, a dark night of the soul. A lot of y'all are meeting a lot of karmics, a lot of adversity. So let's work through that. I actually just got out of class because I am going to peer support or social work and things like that. So one of the things that they touched on today was childhood trauma, which they call like adverse childhood events. A lot of us have them. A lot of us have them. And let me be very clear. Like I said, I grew up in the suburbs, but it was really like the hood. It really was the hood. I'm not even going to hold you. But even in the suburbs, all of these things happen. The same things that happen with us in the lower income areas happen to the higher end. Is just because we're on the lower, poverty and things like that can definitely intensify it. But trust and believe, I know for sure. I have people that work in police and law enforcement that tell me every day, even some of the doctors and lawyers and things like that, they go through the exact same thing and they do some messed up stuff too. We are all human. You understand? So I don't want you to feel like, oh, I'm trying to be like put up this facade, or I'm from here or there, or you can't connect with me because I'm from there. Mind you, like I said, I started in the hood. I didn't end there, okay? And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you start, it's how you continue to heal and where you end up at in your intentions and where you end up at in aligning with your actions. But most importantly, it starts within you and the love within you and releasing all of that pain and all of that trauma and understanding that it did not happen to you, it happened for you because we need to focus on the positive that it gave. We cannot take it back. But what we can do is we can react how we want to. We can look at it from a different perspective and we can move on and be the best us. When people tell y'all, like when they glow up and stuff like that, like, oh, I just let go of the past, like for real. And I understand it seems hard, it really does, but it can be hard. But if you really dig up in there and pull all that dirt out and pull that trauma and all that from the roots and figure out why your behaviors are the way they are. Why did you do that? Why did you do this? Why is your life the way it is? Because you have to really go in there and take it out. I understand that a lot of us have been taught not to express. That's another thing that we're going to touch on. But that's what we're here for. And that's what I'm here for. So let's go on this journey. I got y'all. We are in this together. Never forget. And I'll see you in the next video. I'll see you on the next video and have an amazing every day. Bye bye.